Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's Beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Texas Beer Refinery. This is their Catalyst Imperial IPA. And the commercial, and these guys sent me the beer straight from the refinery there in Texas. And they sent this little card. It's got like 7 different beers that they produce. And this is the second one out of the 3. They sent me 4, but one of them got busted on in shipping. So 3 survived, and this is the second. So we got 1 more to do from these guys. So not had anything up until now from these guys that sent it to me. So don't know how far out they go, because doing my research and looking at Beer Advocate and Rate Beer, they don't have any scores. So not enough people has left comments or reviewed or rated these beers from these guys down there at Texas Beer Refinery for them to post a grade. So I don't know how big these guys are or how far out they go. So I do appreciate them guys contacting me and sending me some of their beers. So let's see what this one brings. And the little description on the card here is exactly the same thing that we've got here on Rate Beer. So let me read that to you. This is a 9.6%er, I think. Let me confirm that. Yep. 9.6% ABV, and it says here 160 IBUs. Wow, off the chain there, guys. I don't even think the human palate can absorb that much bitterness as far as being able to detect it. So I think the human palate only goes up to like 125 or so before it's just, you can't detect it up above that. So we'll see. This is a big beer, and it should have a big bitterness to go with it. This is not for the entry level IPA drinkers or double IPA drinkers. This is a big boy's beer. Somebody's been drinking IPAs and double IPAs for a while. So let me read to you what they've got here. The Third Coast IPA is brewed with a ridiculous amount of hops and just enough malt sweetness to create a smooth, delectable finish. Cooked with 8 different hop varieties, Catalyst has a complex and unique blend of citrus pine and dank, palatable, and intense enough to give even the biggest hop head a jolt. And with 160 IBUs, I would have to agree there. This is going to be a big beer. So, and I'm reviewing this on the 25th of September. So, like I said, I don't know. I don't think they're dating their stuff. We'll take a closer look at this big 22-ounce bottle when I come back. But I don't recall whether the last one we did from them, the Mexican IPA, actually had a date on it. But we'll look again when we come back and see if there's any kind of dating on this. I know it's fresh because it comes straight from the Texas Beer Refinery. They shipped it to me, so didn't sit on the shelf anywhere. So pretty sure it's fresh. And they fill their bottles up pretty good. You get your money's worth. It's all the way up to here as far as the level of the beer. So very, very nice. Don't think there's anything else we need to talk about, so while I pop the cap on this, I'll tell you the cuisine is barbecue, cheeses are pepper, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp blue cheddar, your stronger cheeses, and Gorgonzola Limburger. The unique thing about them, all their caps are different as according to what label is on the beer. So if they're doing this beer, it'll get a certain cap. And I'm not aware of any other brewery doing that, so very, very nice. The meat for this is game, grilled meat, and salmon, and I will add to it the glassware is snifter tulip oversized wine glass. use whatever glass that you're comfortable with, guys. If all you got's a pint glass, use your pint glass. These are just suggestions. And as you see me a lot of times, I use the same glass here. I love this glass. This is my favorite glass. I sleep with this glass. No, just kidding. But it is my favorite glass, guys, by far. By far. Thick walled, heavy duty glass, lasts you a lifetime if you take care of it. And I plan to. Unless I get careless and drop it, and then this was sent to me by Parrish, a good friend of mine who lives out in California. Sent it to me as a birthday gift a year or two ago, so I cherish this glass. It does not go in the dishwasher. It's washed by hand every time that I use it and goes back up into the cabinet. So if something happened to it, I would buy another one. And it's not a cheap glass. It's like a $35 glass. So a lot of people ask me, this is a Sauvin beer glass, S-A-U-V-I-N beer glass. Google it if you're interested in getting one of these. Awesome glass. Outstanding glass. Best glass I've ever used. Alright. This beer is not recommended for extended cellaring because it is a double IPA. Don't cellar your IPAs or double IPAs, guys. Drink them as fresh as you can get your hands on them. That's what you need to do. Take it from this old guy. Trust me. Alright, didn't pour a massive head on that easy pour. A deep copper color. A lot of bubbles streaming up. It doesn't seem to be too overcarbonated. Just, I mean, I like it when it pours just a little bit of a head. And you ain't got to be super careful and you end up with 4, 5, 10 fingers of head when you're trying to pour it. The head doesn't interest me. I want to be able to drink it without having this much head in the glass and have to keep pouring it just a little bit at a time just to get it in the glass. I'm not a big fan of that. So, let's get a nose on this one. Oh yeah. Big hop profile. Very citrusy, heavy dankness on this, guys. Grapefruit, pine. Maybe some hints of some tangerine oranges or mango in here. Big dankness though. Dankness and the pininess is standing out more than anything. Got me drooling this time. Let's get it on. Cheers, everybody. Wonderful. Big IBUs, big bitterness on the back end. This is not for the faint of heart. 160 IBUs, that's massive, guys. That's big time. That's big boys. Big malt profile to go with that big bitterness and big hop profile to balance all that out. Very nice, very well done. Like I said, we'll check for a date when I come back. That would be my only fuss if it doesn't have a date on it somewhere. And like I said, I don't know how big this brewery is or how long they've been in business or what their distribution is, but if they're going to produce these kind of beers, they need to have a dating machine. Just my humble opinion. So let me sip on it for a while and pour her a glass out of this. I'm sure she'll love it. And we'll see where this one ends up here after I sip on it for just a short bit, but it won't take you that long. I'll be back in about 1 second. Alright guys, I'm back. Just a little left here. I've been sitting on about 30 minutes or so. A very, very tasty beer. Very well done beer with these guys down at Texas Beer Refinery. And like I said earlier, I don't know how big the brewery is or what their distribution is, how far out they go, and they distribute their beers out of... and these guys are out of Dickinson, Texas. I think I was calling it Dallas, Texas, but it says Dickinson, Texas here on Rate Beer. It doesn't have it on the card here either, so a lot of times you can't put a lot of faith on what Rate Beer or Beer Advocate says as far as information. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not, because sometimes the beers change a little bit from year to year. So I looked at the bottle, and these guys do date their beers. They've got somebody standing at the end of the bottling line, and there's a little white box here on the corner of the label, and somebody is hand dating the beers. And it's got the alcohol by volume is written here, the IBUs, and somebody is hand writing the dating on here. Not just 1 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up to this guy's there. All the information you need to purchase this beer. When they're doing that much labor-intense work, having somebody at the end of the bottling line, and I don't know whether they're bottling by a machine and they're running down the conveyor belt, and somebody or two people, three people are grabbing them and writing with a belt, a black marker on each beer, or if they're doing 1, 2, 3 at a time, or I don't know what their process is, guys, but to have somebody standing at the end of the line, or multiple people standing at the end of the line and writing a date on each one is labor intense. So thumbs up to those guys, 2 thumbs up to those guys for having all the information that we need as craft beer buyers and consumers on each bottle. Excellent, very well done, and that scores well in my book. I will give somebody a better grade because of all of that information on the bottle. Because you know how fresh the beer is, and you know what the ABV of the beer is, and you know what the IBUs of the beer is. So, very well done, guys, at Texas Beer Refinery. Excellent job. And you guys at Texas Beer Refinery, like I said, one of the bottles got broke in the box that y'all sent me. I got the Catalyst, which is what we're doing today, and I've already reviewed their Mexican IPA, and according to the picture I have here, I have one more in there. It doesn't have a label on it, but according to the cap, it is their Gulf Coast Goza. So I don't know what the 4th bottle was in there. It was, I didn't want to put my hands down there in all that glass and try to figure out and get cut all to hell with what it is. And this was before I knew that they were doing individual caps according to what beer it is. And I did pull that neck out and it had a cap on it, and I wish I had saved it, but I did not. I didn't know what they were doing there. So I won't make that mistake again if they send me anything else. So whatever you guys had sent me, if it wasn't, of course it's not the Goza and it's not the Catalyst, because we got that here and I've already done the Mexican. So whatever that 4th bottle was, I did not get it. So if you're interested in sending it to me again, or any of these other ones that's on there, I would definitely entertain reviewing some more of your stuff, because y'all are doing a first-class operation there as far as I'm concerned, with all the information you're putting on the bottles. So very nice. Impressed. I am very impressed. Can you tell? I'm impressed. So and this beer is pretty damn tasty. It's pretty awesome. Big hop aroma, big citrusy dank. Dankness is a big key on this one. This is a very dank beer. Maybe some hints of some tropical fruit notes in there. I'm going to get some tangerine oranges and some apples or pears in there, but it is super dank. Final chug. It reminds me a lot, as far as the dankness goes, of the Stone Enjoy by Series. That's a heavy dank beer too, and it's an Imperial IPA. So I would put this in that category. Not quite as good as that, because it does have a lot of pininess in there, and super grapefruity pineapple. Well, this has it, but it's not quite as intense as this Stone beer is. But it is very enjoyable. I would buy this beer here. If I could get it here, I would buy this beer. So pretty impressive to me, guys. I enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to doing the last one that they sent me, the Goza beer. Those beers are a new style to me. I've only been doing them for several months, maybe 8 months or so, trying to get in that style and into the sours. But this is very tasty. This is excellent beer. I do think it's an A beer, guys, and I am going to grade it accordingly, especially with all the information is, and I know how fresh it is because they dated it and it came from the brewery. I'm reviewing this on the 25th, and this was put in the bottle 25th of September, and this was put in the bottle on the 22nd of August, so right at a month old. So I can't hardly get beers in my grocery store that fresh. I mean, it's beer distribution in this state is high and titty. It is. It sucks. It sucks out loud. I think they let this stuff sit in the warehouse for two months or so before they finally put it out. And the distributors here in Virginia, they're in control of the shelf space in the grocery stores, and they'd rather push their Budweiser, Miller Coors rather than pushing a craft beer like this. That's just how it is in this state. It's horrible. All right, guys. For me, 9 out of 10, I would probably give this beer a 97. It's pretty damn tasty. Definitely worth picking up if you can get your hands on it. And like I said, Rate Beer and Beer Advocate doesn't have any scores. Not enough people have commented on this beer. So that's why I'm thinking there may be a smaller operation or very limited distribution where not a lot of people have made comments on either of those sites. So for our final check-in, we'll go over to Untapped. And Untapped has it at 3.87, which is their B+. I think it's a lot better than that. I enjoyed this. If you're not a big hop head, you may not enjoy this because it has 160 IBUs and 9.6 ABV. This is a big beer. This is a big beer. I enjoyed it though. So if you've had this one from them, let me know what you think. Texas Beer Refinery, the Catalyst Imperial IPA. Very nice. Very nice. All right, guys. That wraps it up for this one. Come on back tomorrow and let's dig something tasty out of the fridge. See you then.